Hey everyone, Tammy Davis. Thank you so much for joining me here in my car. I've been wanting to do a new video. I'm not really sure what I wanted to talk about because I know these aren't really like the most exciting things to watch. I mean, that said, it's actually kind of easy just to turn them on and walk around and listen to them, instead of sitting there just looking at me as I talk at you. But I realized that the question that's on my mind is, what is it about essential oils that you like? I just feel like it's time to kind of change the way I've been doing things, maybe in the way of these videos. Maybe changing the energy behind them. I don't really know. It's that I just have such a great deal of appreciation and respect for oils, and really determined to help individuals understand how to better use essential oils, whether they're using pharmaceuticals or not. We've known for hundreds, if not thousands of years, that essential oils, plants more specifically, have medicinal value. We can't ignore that. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. We have to take into consideration that plants are medicine. This is where we get our medications from. It's through the study of plant constituents. That is my primary focus when it comes to understanding the effectiveness of essential oils, especially on the individual genome. The reason I say that is I have been working with and using essential oils now for over 30 years, and have expanded my field into basically phytotherapy. And I, again, on a daily basis, consistently research plant constituents and their effect on and their mechanism of action. I'll say it that way, and the way they're being studied. More importantly, when it comes to any health condition. So, like I said, what I'm interested in knowing is, what is it about essential oils that you like? What are you looking for? How can I assist you in improving your experience of essential oils? Just this week alone, I had 2 different conversations with 2 people that don't know one from the other. One and each of them have been using oils on their own, and getting some pretty poor results. One woman had a couple of fingers, not dry skin, but cracked skin and swollen. She started using essential oils based on book recommendations, and now has a rash all over her arms, both arms, and on her back. So basically, I had to take her off of the oils. I suggested that she stop taking them altogether. Right now, we need to stimulate the lymph system and actually begin to help her system flush things out. So that was the step that I took with her, and I've given her several ideas on what to do. Of course, that included spirulina. I did suggest that she use aloe to relieve the discomfort on the rashes, as well as begin dry brushing, but including a lot of water and movement. But we just really need to get her system flushed, because this is what oils can do. It's not that she had an allergic reaction to oils. Even if she did, it's still an immune reaction. And that's exactly what I explained to her, the type of oils that she used. I've heard of the company, not very familiar with the quality of the oils, and I told her the possibility of additives of some sort could be in there, and she may have reacted to something in the oil themselves, or it could have stimulated a detox process, and she's over-detoxing at this point, and it's just coming through the skin. We don't really know. Yes, she could go get tested, and we know that, they may come up with some ideas. They may say one thing or the other. They may come back and just shake their heads and just tell her that she's allergic to the oils. Again, even if she were to be told that she was allergic to the oils, well, she's not using it as it is, but it's still an immune reaction. And so we have to stabilize the immune system. And the other case, pardon me, my nose is itchy. In the other case, it was a young girl doing a particular popular therapy. And eventually, I mean, with it, it didn't take very long. She started developing headaches and pain in her lower back, in her mid to lower back. What this is all about sounds to me again like detox, possibly over detoxing, and I had to stop her on the oils. So understanding, and she was asking me some really great questions. How does someone know what oils to use? And I said, well, you have one of two choices. If you're looking for symptom relief, then by all means go to a book, because the books are going to tell you, or a website, it's going to tell you what oils to use for what symptoms. But if you're actually looking for long-term results, and if you actually got some goals in mind, then you need to understand the long-term effects of these oils. And that's the one thing that's not currently published. And what I'm working on putting together, I have, for whatever reason, I've allowed life or circumstances to interfere with this process, but I've now recommitted to completing this book, this project, so that people can have access to more important information, not just symptom relief, so they can begin to apply strategically and include oils in their life. But that said, they are medicinal. I'm not sitting here saying they're going to heal you. I'm saying they have medicinal effects. Just like medications have medicinal effects, so do essential oils. We began creating medications a long time ago with the intent of eradicating illnesses, such as, for instance, a good example is antibiotics. And I've talked about this in other videos. We have well over 100 antibiotics at this point. We didn't even come close to eliminating the bacteria. In fact, the bacteria have caused us to produce new antibiotics because the bacteria are adapting. And this is one of the things I've talked about also. This is what I love bacteria for this reason. They are a perfect example of life adapting as necessary. And for the survival of the species, this is how all of nature operates. And so in the case of bacteria, the antibiotics are not effective. You can use, we do know that some essential oils are effective against bacteria. Combining them strategically, again, is essential in order to make sure that we achieve the broad spectrum. Because in some cases we don't know. I mean, yes, you could go get medical tests to determine whether it's with this type of staph or this type of strep. But I also believe that if we mindfully blended these oils, and you could be using antibiotics as well. I'm not saying not to use them. What I am saying is that essential oils and nature itself knows how to work synergistically. This is the reason why my business is called Synergescence. There's a cooperative effect. When you use an antibiotic, we have to be careful of yeast buildup. This is the reason why we are encouraged to take probiotics, so that because all bacteria are eradicated, and then our yeast levels can rise and we end up with yeast infections. This does not happen when you use essential oils, guys. I'm sure if you're not familiar with that idea or that fact, it's not an idea, it's a fact. If you're not aware of that fact, it is a fact. When you use essential oils in the sense of trying to stop a bacterial infection, you do not develop a yeast infection, because there's a balance. You've got a series of other constituents that actually help to stabilize your system and preserve life, not eradicate all of life. And so this is another reason why I like essential oils, is because there's an undeniable recognition throughout nature, and it's a gentle process. Yes, it does stop things in their track. It does inactivate, different microbes. It does relieve cell health. Not cell health. Oh my goodness. It relieves cellular stress. So I'm really interested in finding out from you what it is that you're looking for. I've had interest in the past with regards to cancer. There was an ongoing discussion and questions that were coming up around more specifically breast cancer, but cancer definitely. And no, without question, histamine intolerance. So, but if you have a histamine intolerance, my suspicion is your hormonal system is already out of balance, and I can get into all of that. But again, I'm going to, and forgive me for repeating myself, but I'm really wanting you to become engaged here and begin an interaction. I do have a Facebook page called Synergescence, and if you search for Synergescence on Facebook, you can find me. I'll put the link in the description box below as well. I would love for you to join me over there, and let's begin having an open conversation. If you have questions specific to yourself regarding essential oils, I'm happy to help you in an open forum. If it needs to become more private, then we need to do personal emails directly. But in the open forum, it allows other people to see my thought process and begin to kind of wrap their heads around the way I think and begin to do these things for themselves. The only request that I have is, the Facebook page is free to join in and observe. If we become engaged in a conversation, I'm not going to lie to you. I have to pay my bills. And if I am consulting with you with regards to essential oils, I will not suggest that I blend them for you unless you open that discussion up. But I will guide you. And in that case, it would be great if you would be willing to at least donate whatever you could that you felt was a worthy donation that would, basically say, express your gratitude for my assistance, because I really want people to be healthy. I really want people to be well, and I really want people to be including essential oils in a mindful way. Another question that was asked by one of these ladies earlier this week was, what is everybody doing? Because she specifically was using clary sage, and this was increasing her symptoms of headaches and lower back kidney pain kind of thing. And when I suggested to her, based on the fact that she's living with an Epstein-Barr, chronic fatigue, among a couple of other things, I suggested that she stop the clary sage, because that is increasing her estrogen levels, and estrogen is known to activate the immune system. And in the world that we currently live in, due to environmental stress, our hormonal system and an immune system is already hypersensitive, which means the potential for autoimmune is huge. So we have to be careful with understanding what oils do. And so her question to me was, well, what is everybody doing? Because she knows people who are just using oils on, just kind of basically bathing in them, just dousing themselves with it all the time. And my only response to her was, well, number one, they're not aware of how potent the oils are. Number two, maybe they're not using potent oils. But if they're not aware of how potent the oils are, and if they develop a symptom, they don't equal it to essential oil use. And I'm not saying that essential oils are harmful. What I am saying is they will stimulate the body to do things. And so unless we are fully aware of what's happening and why this is happening, we will continually use essential oils in a thoughtless way, and I don't mean that with any disrespect, and in turn continually accentuate or potentially lead to other problems. This is one of the reasons why essential oils get that bad rep, that they're no good, or they cause problems, or they cause allergic reactions, and we have to learn how to use them. And so in her case, I was talking to her about how less is better. So on that note, I really want to hear from you. I want to know what it is that you like about essential oils. You're welcome to start the conversation here, but I'd rather start it in a Facebook group because it's more of a private public. And if it becomes necessary, I'm happy to close the group and just leave it a closed conversation. So, in fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it a closed conversation, so only people who belong to the page will see the conversation, and it will not be searchable on the public forum. And so I invite you to join me. It would be fabulous to begin this global discussion on essential oils and how to begin to use them individually. And a bio-individual, Matt, you have to forgive me. I'm actually kind of tired right now. I don't know what that's about, but I'm really actually very excited about this. This is my dream, is to teach the effective use and upgrade our understanding of essential oils and really what they bring to the table. Like I said in the beginning, whether you use medications or not, if you're using medications, it's extremely important. And if you're not, I'm happy to engage you in ways that step outside the realm of website and aromatherapy books currently available to us. And and the more we talk, the more I can help you, and the more you inspire me to continually dig deeper and deeper within myself, within my own understanding, as well as within the research that I am constantly accessing. So I hope to see you on Synergessence over on Facebook. And feel free to email me, Tammy@synergessence.com. Follow me on Instagram, Tammy Davis 8, and as well as Tammy Davis 8 on Twitter. So any one of those places you can find me, and I hope to really be able to fully support you in the way that you deserve. All right, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you over on Facebook. All right, thanks again. Bye.